Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So we are now in a relatively interesting position when it comes down to all the stuff we're getting within this cautious hero. Not only is it hilarious, it's been doing an amazing job of giving us more of this overpowered aspect of his character. And with him absolutely smashing on a character that should have, uh, relatively ridiculous skills and not be able to, lose in any like battle against a human, seeing how he was a human at one point, human swordsman, and was recreated as a god, which is interesting in its own, in the case of how becoming a god can actually occur. So that's interesting. Not only that, we see just how much effort and training our character has put in. So once he comes back to the world where everything is kind of on his playing, or not on his playing field, but when he's past the playing field now, he truly shows that and absolutely dominates during it with pouring some holy water on the first person he runs into, seeing how undead and demons alike would react to it negatively compared to a normal human who would just feel like someone poured water on their head. Um, we see instantly it changes the priest or the father, who is supposedly the same person trying to give them, advice and tell them that these are the people they should be working with, which in its own was relatively clever on how they play out this episode. I did like that. It makes you think of like where all this is going to head once you know so much detail, and having all that detail, if it's going to either play a role or if it's just there to be there. And as of right now, it definitely doesn't just feel like it's just there. It's definitely going to play some types of roles, so I can't wait to see that. Not only that, we get to see not what our character can do in the grand scheme of like fighting and stuff, but he's also relatively, meticulous on his things that he wants to do. He's not just gonna back her down from one thing he wants to do because this girl says so, which we've seen through multiple episodes. But he's not gonna back down even from like these characters who are well-known, revered sword fighters and stuff too. So to think that he wanted to continue to train and the other guy really did not want to, and he kind of just forced it onto him, was pretty crazy. Him being a human and making a god practically bow down to his whim when it comes down to what he wanted to do, and that god actually talking a lot of trash like it didn't matter regardless of what they were going to do, and he was going to handle it anyway he saw fit, but wound up absolutely getting embarrassed throughout the whole entire episode, which for me it was pretty hilarious. So I'm not even gonna lie, I enjoyed it tremendously. But overall, it definitely has this vibe to it that gives you the feeling that he can become too strong, like way too strong for these gods and goddesses to even comprehend, if he's already making people who, do this stuff for a living tap out relatively quickly. So that's pretty much what this whole episode focused on, which I'm down for. Like, if they're gonna literally give us even more and more concrete evidence as to why he's an overpowered hero, I love it. And it worked out really well this week with him beating up this guy in hand-to-hand combat after he throws away his sword and says he doesn't even want to use swords anymore. He's like, okay, well, let's work on our fist fighting then. Like, he's gonna find a way to get his training in, and unfortunately for that guy, he's going to have to feel the blunt of it. So we'll see how all this plays out. I definitely have been liking the show a lot. Um, we haven't seen who the actual like final bosses of the demons, like four horsemen or whatever. So there's still that to be announced, which I can't wait to see like what that person looks like and what type of powers we're actually, looking at. If our character's already surpassed him, but because he's so cautious, it doesn't matter because he's going to continue to grow and grow and grow until it feels like he is the only person in the world that can even, touch him. And even then, he'll still probably still be cautious. So that's just what we got to look forward to with this show, and I have honestly been enjoying all of it, so I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about this show, if it's something you want to continue to watch, or if it doesn't have a season 2 announced instantly. Is it something you guys are going to be wanting a season 2 to? Um, I really I really do enjoy it, and I think um, it has a easy potential to do more seasons, but with how anime goes, sometimes these things happen and they come and go, but regardless of that, I definitely will be recording and following along with all this because it's interesting nonetheless to me, and that's the only reason why I have this channel, is to do stuff. Well, not the only reason, to have a community I can talk to with these like interesting shows that come out, and then to hear from a amazing amount of people just what they like and why you guys like different stuff. So all that being said, have an amazing one, and let me know what you think about this show. Do you think it deserves a season 2 already just by how the story's going, if they really don't zoom through all the story and give us some fleshed out stuff? Or do you think that's just going to be rushed to the end, and then episode 12 is going to be the end all be all? So let me know how you guys are with this, and I will try to get one more video out. Maybe, yeah, I'll definitely get 7 Deadly Sins out, because I think I have a lot more other stuff coming yet again. So, with that, I will talk to you in the next one, and peace.